Stephen Correño with KO Artist Sports for Fight Hub TV, here with the legendary Bob Arum. Bob, konnichiwa. We're here in Japan. I know you always have a great time here, man. Just try to describe to the American fans what it's like seeing Naoya and Inoue fight here in Japan.
Well, you know, it becomes a national event, and the interest in his fights is enormous. For example, he's fighting here in Nagoya, which in a new arena, and he'll be the first boxing match in the arena, and there are 17,000 seats, and the tickets went on sale, and within 2 hours, they were all gone. And indeed, they do something like a lottery because they have such a demand for tickets that they have a lottery, and the winners are able to buy the tickets. I mean, so it's something really special. It's a national event when he's fighting.
You know, he's fighting MJ, obviously a former unified champion in this division. Eddie Hearns, talked a lot about trying to say, that Inoue is kind of has been ducking MJ. Obviously, he's fighting him now, so all that talk's over. Do you feel this is one of his more dangerous fights leading into it? Maybe especially because Cardenas, did drop him last time, and Cardenas comes out of the same camp as MJ?
Yeah, I mean, Inoue has been dropped twice in recent fights. I don't see anything in that other than he's got to be a little less reckless. MK is a really good fighter, but all the guys that he's been fighting are top fighters. There's tough Mexicans, fighters from around the world, and this will be a tough fight for Inoue, but Inoue is really something special, something that we don't see very often in boxing.
Canelo and Crawford is the same day here in Japan. I feel like it's almost battle for the pound for pound number one spot on that day. Do you agree with Inoue that if he were to get a victory, no matter what happens with Canelo Crawford, that he still is pound for pound the best?
Well, I don't know how that goes. I mean, is it a vote, or is it polling, or is it
Bob's opinion, I guess?
My opinion is Inoue is pound for pound the best. Canelo, let's be honest, has been slipping somewhat. It's not the Canelo that fought 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, the one opponent you never can beat as a fighter is Father Time. And Crawford has been superb as a welterweight. He looked fairly average at junior middleweight, and now at super middleweight, how's he going to look? I mean, again, there's going to be a winner in that fight, but I don't think necessarily the winner will be the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world.
Looking ahead, everyone's kind of curious. I don't know how much you can tell me, but, I don't believe Inoue's fight is on US TV. I heard something about it. It might be on Facebook, but, what's the latest with Top Rank and a new TV deal?
Well, again, you see what's happening with streaming and what's happening with the networks. So when we make our new deal, and we had a great deal with ESPN, and they were great partners, and when we make our new deal, we want it to be with the best possible opportunity for exposure. And we're are being very, very cautious of where we're going to go and who we're going to go with, and whether it's going to be streaming or over the air or a combination of both. And that's why I left behind in Las Vegas all of my people who are having meetings as we speak with various companies, because we see that Paramount realized the value of combat sports, and they paid this enormous amount of money to UFC. And while we don't expect to get the same kind of money, I think that it bodes well for us that NBC, Peacock, and Stars, and other entities that are programming buy all or part of our product. In other words, it may not be possible for us to make an exclusive deal with one entity, but we can make a deal with two or three, put the sausage together, and achieve what we're looking to achieve, which is the greatest exposure for our product.
Netflix is a player in that, obviously, with, Canelo and Crawford this weekend. They're doing Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Just what are your thoughts on that? And is Netflix in play?
Well, Netflix is always in play because they have so much money. But Netflix, I don't think, has shown any interest in doing boxing on a regular basis. They would rather spend a lot of money for what they believe to be a blockbuster event and show it that way. So, I mean, the Jake Paul fights, I don't even watch. I think they're dreadful, the nonsense. I mean, Canelo Crawford is, I think, the first real fight that they've had on Netflix, but it's clearly a big fight, and worldwide it's going to get a huge audience.
You're not going to watch Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis when that happens?
No, isn't that stupid? I mean, Jake Paul is twice the size. I mean, how do you make a match like that?
Yeah. Just lastly, Bob, Dana White's trying to change the Ali Act. He was asked about it by Sean Zettel today. Just why is he trying to do it? And, kind of boxing obviously has great purses, and the changes he's trying to do maybe would limit that for fighters, limit their bargaining power at the table. Just what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's just exactly what he's trying to do. And the Ali Act has worked very, very well. And what it's done is raise boxing purses to an unprecedented high level. And even though I'm sort of the management side that pays the purses along with other promoters, it's fair. And these fighters risk their lives and health every time they step in the ring, and they should be compensated. And unlike the UFC fighters who fight for pittance, if that happened to boxing, it would be a tragedy. So I believe that the Ali Act should stay and should not be amended.
Yeah. Bob, I appreciate your time. I'm trying to think your other guys. Oh, Xander. I know Xander, your recent champion, Puerto Rican kid. He was going back and forth with Virgil Ortiz. It doesn't seem like that's going to be next. But, I mean, what could you tell us? What kind of went wrong there?
Well, I don't know what went wrong there. I think when we were doing our fights with ESPN didn't want to do the production out of Puerto Rico with something about television cameras and so forth. Whatever. They had the right to make that decision. Now that we will be on other platforms, we will go back to Puerto Rico, and I hope that the first fight that we do in Puerto Rico will be a championship fight for Xander, who's enormously popular in Puerto Rico. Because I remember years ago when we did Miguel Cotto's fights there. I mean, the Puerto Rican fans are tremendous, and we want to have the first title defense for Xander in Puerto Rico in January of next year.
It sounds like it's going to be great. Bob, truly appreciate your time. Definite legend, and happy to experience my first fight in Japan here with you. Thank you so much for your
Well,
time.
you can enjoy Japan. It's no place like it for a fight and so forth. And the only problem, of course, is we don't understand what anybody is saying. But again, maybe that's not bad.
But boxing is a universal language, right?
Yeah,
For sure,
exactly.
I'll understand who wins. Thank you so much, Bob. Appreciate your time.
Right.